Hello students, good morning to one and all. Hope all of you are fine and all of you are safe at home amidst this corona outbreak. I am Gyan Naik from Kerala Public School, your English teacher. So today I have a new chapter for you. As you can see, I have taken the chapter from the first topic of your English textbook, that is the fun they had. So the topic of this chapter is based on this kind of characters, and the name of the topic is the fun they had. So it is written by a writer called Isaac Asimov. The writer's name is Isaac Asimov. Here I can write Isaac Asimov. Isaac Asimov, one who has written this chapter or also this topic, the fun they had. So, before going to begin this chapter, the fun they had, I would like to tell you to all of you, this is the first chapter we had also in our classroom. Some of you might be knowing, and the same chapter I am dealing right now, because that day some of you were absent and some of you were present. Therefore, I thought that I would start this chapter from the beginning itself, so that everybody can have access to this internet class. That is one thing. Then another thing is that today onwards your online class is beginning, the English subject. So I will be taking this English subject either alternatively or else daily. But one request is that this online class will begin as long as the school is closed. When the school will be reopened, that time these things, the chapters what I deal online will not be repeated. So till where it is finished, from there only the class will resume after the reopening of the school. Therefore, I request all the students to take your pen and paper and then jot down what all things I have written here and what all things I say to you to write down. So please don't neglect it. And before starting this one, I want to tell you the name of this chapter is the fun they had. As you can see, the chapter, the name of the chapter is the fun they had. It's very simple and short. The meaning of the chapter is also very simple, as you can see. The fun they had. The fun means during our free time, besides study hours, we have lot of free times or else a leisure time or a recreational time. So during that time, when we get along with our friends or else our peer groups or else our family members or our brothers and sisters, when we get along with them and had some kind of or else play or else this play can be outdoor or else indoor, anything or else any joke or any sort of recreational activity that we have during the free time is called fun. And another thing is they had. You know, this is a very simple subject, simple sentence. They had, which refers to the past tense, not a present or a future. So this is the meaning of this topic, the fun they had. And who had, that we do not know till now. As we will be beginning this topic, we will be coming to know who had the fun in the past. So, before beginning this chapter, just I would like to highlight some of the main points for you so that it will be very easy when we start the topic in detail. So, the writer Isaac Asimov has taken this topic about the receiving education. The education Basically, he says that in the future world, our future generation will receive education only from the computer, or else internet, or any technical gadgets. What are all things are available? You know it. A person can receive education from YouTube, okay, YouTube, or else Google, or so many this internet online are there. From there, a student can receive the what is called education. So about that one, the writer wants to tell us in the future world we will not our students, or I say the future generation will not use the books what we use, or I say what you are using. They will not go to the school as you go in a group and you sit in the classroom and you have your classmates and your teachers like me or any other teachers, those who deal with the different kinds of subjects. So in the future world, the students will not have such kind of facility. They will receive totally from this computer or else internet world. So that is what the writer wants to say us. Besides that one also, the writer wants to highlight that the importance of book, or the importance of the school, importance of the teachers, or importance of this classmates, peer groups, beside this what is this computer or internet type of learning. So to present this chapter or to present this topic, the writer has taken some of the characters. So that is what I have written it. So you also can read it, I think, carefully. So these characters are being taken by the writer Isaac Asimov to present this topic in a more beautiful or creative manner. So first one is the virtual classroom. The meaning of virtual classroom and the virtual reality almost same or similar meaning they have. The virtual classroom is not the classroom like what we have or as what you have. It is totally different from the classroom what you and I have. In your case or in my case, the classroom has what a chair, bench, and so many classmates and the teachers and the blackboard or any chalk, dust. All these things includes in our understanding of a classroom. But the writer wants to say us here the different kinds of classroom, that is the virtual classroom. It includes all computer, all internet gadgets like the mobile, laptop or whatever maybe. Or else another one is robotic teacher. Robotic teachers. So this virtual classroom includes all these things of gadgets. And another one is the virtual reality, also is including all this kind of internet or computer gadgets. So kindly remember the meaning of this virtual classroom and the virtual reality, because when we go into this topic, time and again I will be repeating this term. Therefore kindly remember it forever. Then another one is the third character is grandfather. The writer has taken another character, that is grandfather. Then if there is grandfather, then he will be having the grandchildren also. So he has two grandchildren. That is, the name is Margie and another one is Tommy. She is 11 years of old and he is 14 years of old. They are brothers and sisters. And they have their mother. And the last character is county inspector. This county inspector is in charge of all this virtual classroom and virtual reality. So once you understood this topic or this terms, before beginning this one, it will be very easier when we start the topic, the fun they have. So hope all of you have clear idea about this terms what I have explained right now. I think you can take the screenshot or else you can take the jot down now itself, because I am going to rub it and begin the topic. So let's begin. So this topic has a few paragraphs. Totally it has got 10 paragraphs. So we shall go by paragraph, and then I will try to touch all the points, what all things are there in this book, and I will try to make this chapter as simple as possible so that you can also get it. So in this first paragraph, includes the this is grandfather, okay, his grandfather and his grandchildren. Two grandchildren I told you, it was Margie and Tommy. So in the first chapter we find that this Tommy, one who is 14 years of old, he has got one dusty old book. Dusty old book. Okay, he has got from one corner of the house. So when they saw that one dusty old book, that time this dusty old book is read by Tommy, and these things are again made understood to this his sister Margie. So that is the topic we can see it, because Tommy, here basically we see the conversation between Tommy and Margie, where Tommy makes understands his sister about the importance of this class or book or school or human teacher like me or any other teacher, those who deal with you in different subjects. So that is the main thing in this chapter. So in this first chapter, Tommy finds a old dusty book from the corner of the house. Then when he reads that one, he finds that everything in detail about the school or else children or else blackboard or classroom, everything it is written in detail in that old dusty book. Therefore, he also when he sees for the first time, he is also surprised to see that books, that kind of book, because before that one he had not seen such kind of book. They used to read only from this virtual classroom or else virtual reality. Okay, so when he saw the first time the book, he also was surprised. So when then after getting this book, he had also little conversation with his grandfather. So they told that what kind of book you were following? I would throw this kind of book. Actually, I don't like this kind of book. Even his sister also told that these letters are not moving, because she never read the book like this. She read the books with the letter or sentences what was being displayed in the TV screen. Okay, TV screen. I hope all of you might have seen the TV screen. When you are watching the news, sometimes the letters are not stagnant. It is not remaining like what it remains on the book. So it is moving. So these letters move in the TV screen. So that is what surprises Margie to see the book for the first time. So Margie also was surprised to see the book that the letters were not moving, so it was stagnant. So they told that this kind of books are of no use. Our internet or television book is far better than this one. So this is the first paragraph. Then the second paragraph also says the same thing. They told, both of them told to their grandfather that this sort of book we would have thrown it, because in our internet or in our TV screen we had more than one books. You had only one book, that is also old and dusty book. That is what the second paragraph says. Then the third one is, then Margie, in the third paragraph, Margie asks Tommy, what is there in that old dusty book that you got it? Then her brother told her that one, in this book we find everything about the school and the teacher and the books. Then Margie was very disturbed because she was fed up and she was not comfortable with the teacher with the education what they received from this virtual classroom or its virtual reality. Therefore, when she heard the term school itself, she was totally disturbed and she was annoyed. So this is the third paragraph. And the fourth paragraph was, he was round a little man. Here we can, in the fourth paragraph, we can see about the county inspector. So county inspector here is the man who takes care of all this robotic teacher, all this computer, all this virtual classroom or virtual reality. So that is what is seen in the fourth paragraph. And here Margie is the here in this chapter, Margie studies the subject called, that is geography. Okay. Then her brother studies about the history. Okay. So remember, among them who were studying what kind of subject, that you need to remember it. So then the next one is so in the fourth paragraph, here the county inspector is introduced. Here the county inspector has nothing but he has to take care of all the robotic teacher or else this virtual classroom or virtual this reality. So that these robotic teachers or else this computer can functions very well when they give a class to their students. So he is in charge of that one. But as I told you, Margie was studying about the subject, that is geography. So she had a class, not one or two classes. She had many classes on her subject, that is geography. But it was not easy for them because the robotic teacher taught in a high level, because the robotic teacher did not understand the level of or the age of or the grasping power of this Margie. Therefore, she could not understand anything, and in the exam also she could not perform very well. Then the performance of the exam also was not. Even the Margie's mother also was not happy with the performance of the exam. So that's why the inspector, the county inspector, comes and tells to Margie that it is not her problem, that because she failed to score in the in her subject, but it is the problem of the robotic teacher. The robotic teacher would have adjusted according to the mind of or else grasping power of Margie. Then in the next paragraph, the county inspector consoles Margie as she failed to score mark in the geography, and the county inspector also gave her an apple. just to console it. Then the next one is a history subject is dealt by, or a history subject is learned by her brother Tommy. Then even in the even he also was not that much happy with the this history subject. Then the next one is that Tommy looked her with a very superior eyes, the old kind of book. Here the next chapter, next paragraph is what this Tommy is telling. Okay, this Tommy is telling to his sister that about the book that this book, this dusty and old book contains about the school and the teacher and the classroom. Then then Margie told him that what kind of school or what kind of teacher. I hate all kind of this teacher or else all kind of this schools in my life, because I am already fed up with this robotic teacher, because I don't understand anything what they teach, and also they give lot of this homework to me. Therefore, Margie is fed up of this is school and also the teacher. This is what this paragraph tells. Then the paragraph is 7. Paragraph 7th, here we can see the response from her brother Tommy. But Tommy tells her that one, it is not the classroom or not the teacher what we have right now, but there were different kind of teacher or different kind of classroom they had. I mean, who during the time of their grandfather. This is what Tommy told his sister. Then in the next paragraph, Margie also was surprised, because she told her brother that what kind of human teacher are also available during the time of our grandfather. I don't want to go and learn from that human teacher, who Margie told to her brother Tommy in the 7th paragraph. Then the next paragraph is, but my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl. Okay, so but what Tommy's mother tells very often to Margie and to Tommy also, that the teacher should teach according to the capacity of the students, not as he likes. So that should be the main motto or also main intention of a teacher. So that is what the mother of Tommy and Margie tells. Then during that time, as they were discussing about this old dusty book, or about this what is called this robotic teacher, or else a classroom, children, or a school or teachers, that time it was a time for them to go for the school, not the school what we or you go to, that kind of school, but they used to go for this virtual classroom or virtual reality. So it was time for them to go to the school. Therefore, mother called Margie to go for the school. Then Margie also was surprised hearing the voice from her mother. So, what kind of school do I have to go? Then Margie had to go to the school, because she used to go to the school every day except Saturday and Sunday. Except these 2 days, every day Margie used to go to the school. His school is just beside to her bedroom. I mean, that was another classroom where this robotic teacher or computer, internet, everything was available. That was her classroom, and she did not have any classmates or something like that. So he went. So Margie went and I had the class. So when Margie went, that time she had not the geography, but this time she had the arithmetic class. So as Margie was sitting in the room, and as you can see in the book also, Margie is sitting in her room along with all the gadgets. So that time she was recollecting what types of learning or what types of school or what types of teachers were there during the time of her grandfather. That was she was recollecting again and again, and during the class time also she was so much embarrassed, or she was not comfortable to sit with that robotic teacher. So that is what during that time she recollected the importance of the fun they had, who had during the time of her grandfather. That is the main topic, the fun they had. So this is how our topic comes to an end. So dear students, all of you might have understood the topic today what we done. So I have a little homework for you. You can write it, or else so I can tell you 1 or 2 questions that you can write it down, or else you can listen afterwards also. The first one is the first question is the first question I will give you only 2 or else 3 questions I will give you. The first one is what subject Margie studied, which subject? Yes, Margie studied which subject? Then what? Tommy. Yes, Tommy studied which subject? That is second one. And the third one is what was the role of a county inspector? County inspector. So this one you can write it. Then another one also is how old were Margie and Tommy? So these 4 questions, I think you can answer it very easily because I have explained it everything. So with this we can wind up our class. So thank you so much for listening me patiently.